Hey everybody, Mr. Troy here. You have chosen level 2 of the quadratic warm-up. Alright, so the first thing you want to do is you want to set every one of these problems equal to 0. I am going to start with this problem right here, and we will see how that goes. Okay, so I subtracted 24x and added 21 to each side of the equation. I put my equation into standard form, and I am going to now pick out my coefficients a and b and c. Remember, the coefficients are just in order. A is the lead coefficient or the quadratic coefficient, b is the linear coefficient, and c is the constant term. Now I'm going to fill in to my quadratic formula, x equals opposite b, and so on and so forth, and we'll see how that goes. Okay, I have filled into the quadratic formula. The 576 comes from negative 24 times negative 24. It needs to be positive because we are taking something times itself. So we're going to simplify this down. We're going to do 576 minus 4 times 3 times 21. And then we're going to take the square root of that when we're ready. So underneath the big square root, we're going to get 576 minus 252, which simplifies down to 324. Now, the square root of 324 is 18. So we have 24 plus or minus 18 over 6. We're going to simplify that down by using the plus or minus. That is going to give us 42 over 6 when we add them together, and 6 over 6 when we subtract, which gives us final answers of 7 and 1. All right, now we are going to give the second problem, the top right problem, a try here. So your first order of business is to put that into standard form with a 0 on one side of the equation. Can you do it? Okay, the way that I did that is by distributing the 4 and then subtracting 5 from both sides after that. And I got 0 equals 4x squared plus 4x plus 1, which means a is 4, b is 4, and c is 1. Okay, so I'm going to fill those into my quadratic formula, and I bet something interesting is going to happen. So if you notice, underneath my big square root, I have 16 minus 4 times 4 times 1. Well, 4 times 4 times 1 is 16. So what I get is 16 minus 16, or the square root of 0. Now, since the square root of 0 is 0, I'm adding 0 and I'm subtracting 0. So I just get one answer of negative 4 over 8, which is negative 1/2. So that problem has just the one solution. All right, let's move on to the final one. Let's set that in standard form and plug it into the quadratic formula. So my a is 5, my b is 20, and my c is 25. So when I plug that into the quadratic formula, I'm going to get, when I plug this one into the quadratic formula, something peculiar happens. The thing that happens is I get 400 minus 500. Now that's going to give me the square root of negative 100, and I can't take the square root of negative 100 using real numbers. So my answer to this is going to be no real solutions.